So the Prophet ﷺ, when he says, translate, he says that nations will gather against you. تَتَدَاعَ عَلَيْكُمُ الْأُمَمْ. Okay? كَمَا تَتَدَاعَ الْأَكَلَةُ إِلَى قَصْعَتِهَا. Like the beasts gather around its prey. They said, will we be small number, Ya Rasulullah? Huh? They're asking, are we going to be small? The Muslims are confused because they're strong now. He said, no. He said, حُبُّ الدُّنْيَا وَكَرَاهِيَةُ الْمَوْتِ. He said, مِنَ الْوَهْنِ. He explained that wahan is the love of dunya and the hatred of death. I notice and I sense the audience. And I can tell that a few people left because they felt uncomfortable with a few comments that I made. This is wahan. Wahan is when you come into a masjid or a gathering and you hear something that you know is serious and it requires sacrifice, but you get scared because of your world, because of your job, because of your car, because of your wife, because of your children. I've been in the da'wah long enough, alhamdulillah, and I've had people come up to me and tell me, my mother said, please, I'm afraid, I'm worried. I've had guys come up to me and tell me my wife is scared. I've heard it all. This is wahan. Wahan is whenever you prioritize anything in this dunya about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whereas the Sahaba radwanullahi alayhim, they did not care about anything but the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What did Allah do for them? He gave them the dunya. He gave them everything. Bilal, a slave, now he's appointed to the treasury, Bayt al-Mal of the Muslimin. Think about that. You have people who are destitute, they had nothing. Al-Arqam, bin Abi al-Arqam, he was poor. He died extremely wealthy. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the dunya. But guess what? When they were being tested, they didn't put dunya before akhirah. They understood that eventually they're going to die. There's a beautiful story, and I love Abu Ubaidah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala join us with him in the akhirah. Abu Ubaidah, Umar had a habit of giving his pay to the commanders of the army and then watching them to see how they spend their money. Okay? He was always curious. So Umar ibn Khattab sent money, the paycheck of Abu Ubaidah to him. And then he came the next day and he said, I want to borrow some money. He said, I don't have anything. He's confused. I gave you money. He's like, I gave it away to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So then he looked in his house and all he saw was a shield and a sword. And he said, where's your furniture? Guess what his response was? I moved it to my other house. I moved my furniture to my other house. He's referring to his house in the Akhirah. And Umar cried. This is the Sahaba. This is the Sahaba. This is who we want. Wallahi, when we read the stories of the Sahaba, it's not to go to sleep. It's so that you can become a Sahabi, you can become a Sahabi. You can be like them in their actions, you can be like them in their status, inshallah, on the Day of Judgment. You can be like them in their attributes. That's what you're supposed to mimic. You go into people's bedrooms, you find wrestlers, you find action figures, you find Spider-Man, you find The Rock, you find people that are meaningless, that have absolutely no bearing on society. Our role models are men, real men, who do real things, who bring about real change. This is how we should raise our children.